Hello, it's Sweetest Honey 86, and welcome to part 61 of my Pikmin 4 playthrough. It has been a few weeks since I recorded this video and the next video, which is the finale, so this is going to be like watching the gameplay almost for the first time. I was so excited to finally get into some post-game gameplay that I wanted to finish recording the whole series, even if I didn't have time to finish editing and doing the voiceover for it. Here I'm just finishing up the rest of the above ground stuff so I can finally go into the final battle against Louie, or what looks like the final battle against Louie. The music that we're hearing sounds like it's muffled and coming from underground, which lets us know that there is an enemy in this mud pit. I wanted to freeze it as it was coming out, but I didn't have enough Pikmin in the mud pit to get it frozen. And now I see that there are two of them, so I need to get into a spot where they are not trying to attack me. Now that I've finished the game and watched some other playthroughs, I realize that I'm not using the ability to freeze enemies that are in the water often enough. So as I am now replaying the game, I'll be using that a little bit more. Okay, right here is a giant rock that seems really out of place in this game, and Colin says when you approach it, seems like we have reached a dead end, which is very strange because the only time the game tells you that you're at a dead end is when you're using the go here command and you're having trouble getting somewhere. I love when Pikmin sing the music from the games. I can't place my finger on which song that is, but of course I know it. I said earlier that we were going into the battle against Louie, but I completely forgot that we had this one cave left called the Subterranean Swarm. Speaking of caves, as I was finishing up this series, between videos I started playing Pikmin all over again, starting from Pikmin 1. Pikmin 1 did not take me that long to beat. It's very simple, straightforward, and nostalgic game. You just have to work around the really bad Pikmin AI. Then I started replaying Pikmin 2, which I did not think I would do since I have beat it on Switch. But it is such a great game. It's very challenging, chaotic, it's randomized at some part, and I just love it so much, so I am playing that. One thing I like about replaying it on the Switch is that I can exit out of the game and it saves the caves at the start of the sub-level. So anytime I make a huge mistake or something's just really difficult and I just want to come back to it, I can just close the game and pick it up whenever I want to. It makes it a great chill game when it's normally pretty chaotic. It's also a great game for travel because there's not a huge commitment and it really just keeps time passing. I do have a gamer friend who has a YouTube channel, and if I can convince them to play the Pikmin games while I watch, I think that would be a pretty cool video. I hope I don't forget to message them after this, but if you're watching this, message me and let's do that. I just don't want to play it on my channel because it can be a very frustrating game, and I'm just not that kind of gamer where I get enjoyment out of games that frustrate me. Yes, I have played games that have frustrated the crap out of me, but I don't want to do that here. So, the Pikmin games, I think, end here. Pikmin 3 is a great game. I do like it a lot. I like the challenges a lot in the post-game content, but I don't think I'll be playing that either. I hope this game continues to be popular so I can play Pikmin 5 before, let's say, before another 10 years pass. I would love to be playing Pikmin 5 in the next 2 to 5 years. I feel like that's reasonable, Nintendo. I mean, get on it. By the way, I love the creative platforming here. This is not something that is typical to the Pikmin games, and it's not typical to this game. Platforming really isn't used a ton outside of OG being needed to get certain places, but dodging these boulders, it's just something different for a game that typically has zero platforming in it. I like how this game has introduced this enemy to us, or reintroduced this enemy to us a few times in different levels and just different variations even. It is a enemy from, if I'm not mistaken, I just fought it in Pikmin 1. And it is the first, I would say first intimidating enemy or boss in Pikmin 1. So I love that they keep bringing it back in Pikmin 4. One of the main differences is that I have rock Pikmin, which cannot be crushed, and that takes away some of the intimidation of these enemies that have boulders. I love how music is used in this game. If you did not hear the music that this bug enemy was making, rewind it a few seconds. And in this game, music is used with enemies and bosses in a very interesting way. It actually took me a second there to realize that it was a doodle bug that was wreaking havoc on the situation and not just the poisonous mushrooms. And then I had to cycle through to my white Pikmin to catch it. I only got a couple or a few bomb rocks out of it, and I think I could have gotten some more. Like I was saying about the music, I love how this game uses music with enemies and areas and what's happening and treasures. And there is a YouTuber who did a playthrough of this game and talked about that, and their name is Scruffy. You can look up their channel. They really nerd out about this stuff, especially when it comes to Pikmin, and I thoroughly enjoyed watching that style of playthrough. That's one thing I love about watching some of my favorite games being played on YouTube, is that there's so many different styles of doing YouTube and playing the game, and so many different personalities that talk about the games in different ways. And that's actually what inspired me to start this channel, is I just wanted to be a part of that type of community of doing playthroughs differently, and I kind of developed my own style of how I do and edit playthroughs. Maybe I'll talk about that some more in my final video. This final sublevel has a Sovereign Bulblax, which I'm trying not to wake up until I've explored the area fully. I'm going to use some spicy spray because this battle can go on long and I can lose a lot of Pikmin in it if I do it wrong. I barely did any damage right there, so we're going to try something else. And that did pretty much nothing. It started to freeze it, but it wasn't enough to completely freeze it, so we're just going to go with a different attack. Okay, so I've got the bomb rock in his mouth, and now I can do some damage while he's temporarily unconscious. I struck too early, and I missed the opportunity to have rock Pikmin hit him on top of the head. I messed up right here. I was trying to get close enough to throw a bomb rock, and instead I got close enough for it to eat some Pikmin off my back. It was only 6, but it was still a missed opportunity to actually get the bomb rock in there. That time, I got the bomb rock in, I used my spicy spray, and I waited until he had fallen before attacking, and I did so much damage. That was much better. It took me a while to get there, but I got there. And now it's time to finally confront Louie.
どこですかええやてかてか
Okay, this is the final battle, the final Dandori battle, and we get the opportunity to rescue Nell the veterinarian. I love how this background looks like a kid's room or a living room. I just like that the ambiance of the games have changed, and now we're in a house that looks like it might actually be occupied. Which is kind of strange because how does that fit into the overall story? Maybe one day we'll find out. A bit of the first part of a Dandori battle is gathering Pikmin, so it's really helpful that Ochi is so powerful right now because we can split up and let me gather Pikmin while Ochi does some fighting and moving this paper bag and item collecting. I want to get platinum in my first try, so I need to make sure that I'm seeking out these bonus items and also not letting Louie collect any as well. Collecting the capsules is also important because I do not want them to be used against me. I don't know if I noticed this while I was playing, but I only have 17 Pikmin right here versus Louie's 35. That is not good. To make matters worse, this Baldy Longlegs has spawned in the center of the level, so that's definitely going to be an inconvenience, but I'm going to try to work around it. I don't think it's worth it to fight it. I also don't have enough Pikmin to even try to fight it. I saw in another playthrough that when someone did not go for the snake bomb, then the computer player did not go for the snake bomb either. I don't know if that's true, and I don't know if that's true for this final battle, but I usually try to get it. Ochi brought the sneak bomb over by himself, and there were so many Pikmin waiting at Louie's camp that he got taken out pretty quickly, but that's fine, he'll be back. I just barely have a 100-point lead. I just have to keep it for the next minute and we're good on platinum. Okay, if I can get this golden sniffer and the bonus find back, then I'll be good to go. I threw the mine because I wanted to see what was in the next capsule, and we only have about 45 seconds left. Okay, the golden sniffer is finally on the move. We just need to dig up this persimmon. That was such an inconvenient time for Louie to transport me, but I'm going to try to save it. I only have 15 seconds left, so it doesn't look like I'm going to get it back on time. I do not have a 100-point lead, so let's see what we can do. And there we go, we have the 100-point lead. I platinumed the final Dandori battle on my first try with some help of a lot of practice and the fact that I had a bunch of upgrades for Ochi. And Louie has gotten away again, which means that this is not over.
어땠죠?
이쁘가? 리그네? 이조? 너서서슨?
파스.
Okay, Moss is making her way back to Captain Olimar without our assistance, and we have rescued Nell.
Guadalupe.
브효!
I spent the rest of the day harvesting raw material and getting numbers up for whichever Pikmin I had the lowest numbers for, and finally watching the sunset. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe so you'll be notified when I post the true finale of the game. Until then, moisturize, hydrate, mind your business, and be kind. Bye!